Good morning. My name is Brenda Wood Anthony, and I'd like to welcome you all to the July 4th live streaming service of Unity of Dayton. Let us start this service with prayer. Dear Father, Mother God, in gratitude we turn within, where the power of your love lives deep within our hearts. We breathe deeply, centered in your divine love, the love that casts out fear, eases tension, and brings peace. With every heartbeat, your divine life pulses within us, vibrating each cell with the fullness of life. With every breath, wholeness radiates within, and we rest with ease in our true state of wholeness, peace, and well-being. With love and gratitude, we thank you, sweet Spirit. Amen. Unity of Dayton is founded in prayer. If you have prayer requests, you can send them to revsue@unityofdayton.org, and we would be happy to pray with you. Now, our affirmation for the day is, I am free with the freedom of spirit. Let's say that together, please. I am free with the freedom of spirit. So I'd like to welcome you again. If you're if you're viewing this for the first time, we're Unity of Dayton, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Good news, we are soon to be back in person at Unity of Dayton, which is located in Huber Heights. We will definitely keep you informed on that, so please stay tuned. Now I'd like to introduce Reverend George Whitton, who will be our guest speaker today. Reverend George is a retired minister emeritus from the New Thought Unity Center in Cincinnati. He and his wife Nancy, who is a licensed teacher, served there for over 25 years. They were also 2 of 4 ministers who were the featured speakers at Unity of Dayton for almost 4 years. We welcome Reverend George, who is streaming live from Burlington, Kentucky this morning. And now I would like to read the daily word. The word for today is freedom. In thought, word, and action, I celebrate my freedom. There are many ways to feel free. I may work hard to become financially free. I may plan trips so I can freely explore the world. I may commit to learning for intellectual freedom, or exercise my body for greater freedom of movement. Even as I do my work in the world to know freedom, I remember that I am always free at the level of spirit. No situation or circumstance has power over me. Every day and in every area of my life, I live from my divine nature, where I am wholly and completely free. Through my inner powers of understanding and faith, I recognize and embrace empowering beliefs. My spiritual gifts of strength and release keep me on course and help me free myself from habits that derail me from my spiritual growth. Through God within, I am grateful to be free. And from Galatians 5, verse 1, for freedom, Christ has set us free. And now, let us prepare for a time of meditation. I breathe in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I'm released, I know.
Good morning. So I invite you just to gently settle back into your chairs, make yourselves comfortable. We can stop the chatter of our minds by taking a deep breath and letting it out slow. As we do, our minds calm, and as our minds calm, our bodies follow along and relax. We rest now into the awareness that within us is one power and one presence waiting to express itself. Within you is the unborn potential of limitless possibility, and yours is the privilege to give birth to it. We're told in the book of Job that we shall declare a thing and it shall be established unto you. So in this moment, I invite you to take this opportunity in this now moment to declare the truth of your being. For we know that the yearning in our hearts is to express our true nature. Jesus said, I must be about my Father's business. And so the urging within ourselves is that we too must be about our divine calling. And what is this calling? It's to allow the goodness of God to express through us, to remove the blocks of any limiting, self-defeating thoughts or ideas that would prevent us from expressing the kingdom right here on earth, right now. We know that through the power of God within us, truly all things are possible. And so as we pause for a moment to go into the silence, while we are there, we open ourselves to divine ideas, to dreams and visions that we would like to have God express through us. And we do this now in the silence. God's idea for us is that we are free. And so in this moment, we invite the power of the divine in us to move through our consciousness, to dissolve any limiting, self-defeating idea that we may have about ourselves. And we commit to take action. We know that with God expressing through us, there can be no failure. We make our declarations and trust God to show us each step of the way. We declare this morning that God is in the midst of us, that God is expressing through us, that God is expressing as us. Knowing that we are divinely guided, we are free from any other limiting idea. For truly, we are free with the freedom of spirit, and it is for this freeing truth that we give thanks and say, Amen.
Look into a child's eyes. Tell me what you see. Reflections of the hopes and dreams of what we're here to be. We are born for everyday greatness, born for greatness.
That was great. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Joy. Always a pleasure to be a part of a service where you are singing and playing. Someday soon, we're going to be able to do this in person. But for right now, let me just say happy 4th. And as always, good to be with you folks at Unity of Dayton. Well, back in the 1820s, about 100 years ago, a little boy called Sam was playing in the yard beside his house. And during his pretend game, he got a little out of control, and he knocked over the outhouse. Oh my. Now Sam was upset and worried that he would get into trouble for doing that. So he ran into the woods to hide, and he didn't come out until after dark. Well, when he got back home, his pappy, as you might imagine, was waiting for him. And he asked his son, "Son, did you knock over the outhouse this afternoon?" And he said, "No, pappy, I didn't." And he said, "Well, let me tell you a story." He said, "Once, not that long ago, when George Washington was a boy, his father gave him a new shiny hatchet, and he was excited to try it out. And so he went outside and he found the first little tree he came to, and he cut it down. But when he looked closely at the tree, he realized it was his mother's favorite cherry tree. And just like you, he ran into the woods." Well, he returned later on, and when he did, his pappy asked, "George, did you cut down that cherry tree?" And George answered, "Father, I cannot tell a lie. I did indeed chop down that tree." And then his father said, "Well, since you were honest with me, I'm not going to punish you, and I hope you've learned your lesson." So Sam's father asked again, "Sam, did you knock down that outhouse?" "Pappy," he said, "I cannot tell a lie anymore. I did indeed knock that outhouse down." Then his pappy grabbed him and spanked him, as fathers did in those days. And the boy whimpered, "But, Pappy, I told you the truth. Why did you spank me? George Washington didn't spank his son when he told the truth." And Pappy said, "Well, that's because George Washington's father wasn't in the tree when he chopped it down." There's a difference. I don't know if I'm getting laughter or groans, but anyway, it's good to be with you this morning. As truth students, most of us have pondered the question, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? And I would say that there's something deep within our souls that knows there is more to life than we have yet to experience. It comes as a yearning at the very core of our being. In John 10:10, Jesus said, "I came that they might have life and have it abundantly." And I think the abundant life of which he spoke is about freedom. The freedom to be who we are and to express that creative yearning that we have within ourselves and bring it into manifestation. Now, those of us who live in this country get to experience the blessing of living in a free country. But I believe this gift of freedom comes with a great responsibility. Jesus said, "To those who much is given, much is required." And I think what is required of us is to honor that yearning at our core and to express it into our lives. Deep within us, we know that freedom is not only our destiny, but it is our birthright. Our founding fathers created a new type of country. It would be a country whose people would be free. And we can see that they use the exact same process that we can use today to create freedom in our own lives. It may start by a desire for something in the outer, perhaps material possessions or personal accomplishments. But eventually, we come to realize that the yearning we have isn't about our outer experience. It's about discovering our true essence within ourselves. For within us is the creative expression of God yearning to make itself known through us. And it is this divine calling that gives us the power to bring about a heaven on earth experience. Our founding fathers had a dream, and they were willing to put that dream into action. You see, it's just not enough to have a dream or to allow a dream of divine ideas to awaken in us. There's a necessary second step, and that is to declare our intention. And that's what they did. They not only declared their intention, they wrote it down. They put it in writing. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's called the Declaration of Independence. They wrote down exactly what it was that they intended to do. And they wrote it and they wrote in that second paragraph of that document these words, that we hold these truths to be self-evident. They saw that these truths came from within and there was no outer authority necessary. They wrote that all men, and I want to say and women, that all men and women are created equal and endowed with certain inalienable rights that include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, we can see in the process that brought our country into manifestation, it's the very same process available to you and I and everyone really in living the divine ideas in our own hearts and minds, for that's where it all starts. But it's not enough, I don't believe, to just have a dream and to declare our intention. There's a third step. And in Burlington, we would say this is where the rubber meets the road. And it is this third step where a lot of us fall short. The third step is where we ask ourselves the question, what am I willing to commit to make my dream come true, to make it happen? When we ask ourselves this question, our level of commitment will determine whether or not we are likely to make our dream a reality. We can dream, we can vision, we can declare our intention, and we can make a commitment. But in the end, we must take action. Up to this point, we've just been talking, but there is an important last step that I call getting around to it. And that means we must act if we want to create the life we say we want. That means that, well, we're going to have to risk giving up the way that it is in order to have it be the way we want it to be. Now, I want to say that again. We're going to have to risk giving up the way that it is in order to have it be the way we want it to be. And that means we're going to have to take action. And as soon as we take action, there is something you can count on. And that is opposition to what you're up to what you want. Opposition is going to show up. Now, for the founding fathers, the opposition was the most powerful military force in the world at that time, and that was the British Army. So if we want peace, likely something that's anything but peaceful is probably going to show up in our lives. If we say we want joy, probably something that isn't joyful at all is going to show up in our lives. So when we have these desires in our hearts, and when we declare our intention and we make 100% commitment, it is then that the opposition rises. That's when it's going to show up. And guess where it rises from? It rises from within ourselves. The opposition are those limiting thoughts, those beliefs about ourselves that say, I don't deserve it, that say, I don't know how to get what I want, that says, I can't do it. Those are the opposition that block us from getting what we want. It's like the Red Sea of negativity that rises up from within ourselves that stops us from getting to the promised land of manifesting our dreams and our visions and our goals. And when the opposition shows up from within us, it is in that moment that we need to stand and remember, with God in us, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Now, if we were in the sanctuary together, I'd say, let's say it together. With God, all things are possible. Let's do that anyway, together. With God, all things are possible. Now, it's true that obstacles that may seem unsurmountable, when we affirm that all things are possible, now maybe, just maybe, some things are doable. We begin seeing our dreams and our visions become a possibility. And so our transformation to freedom can be summed up in 4 simple steps. First, we vision. And it helps to go into the silence, quiet ourselves, and listen to that still, small voice that speaks to us. For it's there that we receive the true gifts of God. And those gifts are our divine ideas and our dreams and our visions. Once we have that dream, we move to the second step. And that is to declare our intention. We write it down. We declare it so in the present tense. Not that it's going to happen someday. We declare that it's happening right now. This is our own personal declaration of independence. It declares that we are free right now to create our dreams. The next step is to make a commitment. And as we do, through the power of attraction in us, we begin to draw those people, those situations, those resources that will assist us in bringing our vision into reality. For within you and I and all of us are the limitless resources of the divine seeking to express itself through us. Express the goodness that we desire through us. And I believe it is this truth that will give us the determination and the confidence to carry us to the final courageous step. And that is, we must take action. Ultimately, we have to put feet on our dreams. We must take action. And when we do, it is the strength of our commitment to keep on keeping on that will see us through. And so, on this 4th of July weekend, we not only remember those who have gone before us, we also celebrate the opportunity that lies ahead of us. We remember our God-given ability to express the possibilities that lie within ourselves. For we are free with the freedom of spirit. It's been great being with you today. Happy Independence Day, and may God bless us all.
Thank you, Reverend George. We so appreciate every time that you're here with us speaking. Now it's time to do our offering blessing. So take your intended gifts in your hand and hold them over your heart, and we will say our blessing. It is divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So let's say that together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. So now it's time for announcements. Did you know that you can listen to our 11 a.m. Sunday service in the parking lot on 105.3 FM? Now, you can't do this from your home. You actually have to physically be in our parking lot to listen to that. But then that gives you a chance to bring your lawn chair and a snack, if you like, for a socially distanced gathering on the grounds. The church restrooms will also be available for that time. Please join us for another cleanup day on Saturday, July 24th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we gather in fellowship to prepare to open the church. Yay! With a tentative reopening date of September 12th, 2021, we have a lot to do. The main focus will be on painting, cleaning, arranging, decluttering, and reconnecting. Cleaning supplies will be provided, so we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for all help that you can give. We have a new study group. It is called Summer Spiritual Sharing Sessions with Reverend Sue Bryan. Join with other Truth students on Zoom to share your current spiritual practices and how they are impacting your soul's journey. The text used for this is The Endless Practice, Becoming Who You Were Meant to Be by Mark Nepo. This is held on Fridays from 1 to 2:30 p.m. There are 6 dates planned for the summer, so you can see Unity's website or newsletter for class dates and more details. If you are interested in this, please contact Rev Sue at unityofdayton.org for more information and to register. There are some other groups, study groups on Zoom that are available. There's a women's group, A New Earth with Victoria Heron on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. There's also Exploring Ascension Energies with Dan Studebaker. This is held on the first and third Wednesdays of every month from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. For a Zoom invite to either classes, please email us at unity@unityofdayton.org. Now, let us say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So, I just want to thank everybody that helped with this service today. I hope you all have a blessed week and a very safe and happy 4th of July. And remember, you are the light of the world. 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 You are the light. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. So let your light so shine. Let your light shine. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light.